You clock in, you work hard, and you see that $30 an hour on your pay stub. You feel like you're doing everything right, diligently trading your time for what seems like a fair wage. But what if I told you that $30 an hour job is actually paying you closer to $4? Sounds impossible, right? Maybe even a little insulting. But stay with me, because today we're pulling back the curtain on what I call the work scam. This isn't about blaming anyone. It's about understanding a system that quietly drains your resources. We're going to uncover the hidden costs and invisible hours that silently erode your true earnings. And more importantly, I'll show you how to reclaim your money, your time, and ultimately, your life. This isn't just a financial lesson. It's a wake-up call to a more intentional way of living. Let's talk about Alex. Alex is smart, dedicated, and just landed a job paying a solid $30 an hour. Alex works a standard 40-hour week, bringing home a gross of $1,200. Sounds fantastic. Alex thinks, I'm finally getting ahead. I can pay my bills, maybe even save a little, and finally feel secure. But Alex, like so many of us, is caught in a subtle trap, a financial illusion that makes us feel productive while silently siphoning away our wealth and our most precious resource, time. Now, let's do some forensic accounting on Alex's life. This is where the $30 an hour starts to shrink, often without us even realizing it. First, the most obvious deduction, taxes. Federal, state, and local income taxes, plus FICA, which covers Social Security and Medicare. These aren't optional, and they're a significant chunk. That $1,200 gross weekly pay quickly becomes closer to $900 after taxes. That's a 25% reduction right off the top. Already, your $30 an hour is looking more like $22.50. But we're just getting started. Then there's the commute. Think about it. How much time do you spend just getting in from work? For many, it's an hour each way, 5 days a week. That's 10 hours of your precious life every single week that you're not getting paid for. It's mandatory work-related time, but it's unpaid. And it's not just time. There are the direct costs: gas, car maintenance, insurance, maybe tolls or parking fees. Let's conservatively estimate these at $100 a week. So that $900 is now $800. And those 40 work hours, they've just become 50 hours of work-related activity. Next, let's consider work attire and convenience costs. Do you need specific clothes for your job? Professional attire, uniforms, dry cleaning? These aren't free. And what about the little things that add up? That quick coffee you grab because you're rushing out the door, or buying lunch because you're too exhausted to pack one. These convenience costs are often a direct result of the demands of your job and your limited time. They can easily add up to another $100 a week. These are little leaks, but they can sink a big ship. Now, Alex's $800 is $700. And if you have children, childcare can be a massive expense, easily $200 or more, simply because your job demands your time during the day. Or perhaps you're outsourcing cleaning, meal prep, or yard work because you have no energy or time left after your paid work and your commute. These are services you might do yourself if you had more time, but your job effectively forces you to pay someone else to do them. Let's add another $200 for these essential outsourcing costs. Now, Alex is down to $500 in actual spendable cash. But we also need to factor in the invisible hours. Beyond the commute, how much time do you spend getting ready for work, decompressing after work, checking emails, or thinking about work at home, maybe attending mandatory but unpaid social events related to your job? Let's conservatively add another 5 hours for each week for these necessary but uncompensated work-related activities. So those 40 paid hours plus 10 hours of commuting plus 5 hours of unpaid prep and decompression means Alex is dedicating 55 hours a week to their job. So let's tally it up. After taxes, commute costs, work-related expenses, convenience spending, and outsourcing, Alex's $1,200 gross weekly pay might only leave $500 in actual spendable cash. And those 40 paid work hours, they've ballooned to 55 hours of total work-related activity. Do the math. $500 divided by 55 hours. That's just over $9 an hour. We're getting closer to that $4 mark if we add in other common drains like debt payments on that work car, or even more stress spending to cope with the grind of a demanding job. The initial $30 an hour was an illusion. This isn't just about money. It's about your most valuable, non-renewable resource, your time. You're trading hours of your life, moments with loved ones, pursuing passions for a fraction of what you think you're earning. The work scam isn't malicious, it's just how the system is designed, and if you're not aware, it will quietly steal your freedom, your joy, and your potential. It's the feeling of being on a hamster wheel, constantly running but never quite getting ahead, always chasing that next paycheck while your life slips by. But here's the good news. Once you see the scam, you can beat it. It starts with awareness, then action. You have more power than you think to change this equation. First, track your true costs. Start by meticulously tracking all work-related expenses and time for a month. Use a simple spreadsheet, a notebook, or a budgeting app. Include everything: gas, car maintenance, dry cleaning, those coffees, lunches, childcare, even the mental energy spent thinking about work. You'll be shocked at what you find. This knowledge is your first step towards empowerment. Second, shrink the commute. Can you carpool, use public transit, or even negotiate flexible hours or remote work? Every minute saved is an hour reclaimed, an hour you can spend on yourself, your family, or a passion project. Consider moving closer to work if feasible, or even exploring jobs with shorter commutes. Your time has value, even if your employer isn't paying for it. Third, cut convenience costs through intentional spending. Pack your lunch, make your coffee at home, plan your outfits in advance. These small changes might seem insignificant, but they add up to big savings over time. More importantly, they reduce your reliance on external solutions driven by stress and lack of time. It's about being proactive, not reactive, with your money and your time. Fourth, diversify your income and develop new skills. If your job is truly paying you $4 an hour, it's time to explore side hustles or develop skills that pay you what you're truly worth on your own terms. This could be freelancing, starting a small online business, or investing in yourself through education. The goal is to create income streams that aren't solely dependent on trading your precious hours for a diminishing return. Finally, shift your mindset. Understand that your value isn't solely tied to your job title or hourly wage. Your true wealth is in your time, your health, your relationships, and your ability to make choices. This isn't about working less, it's about working smarter and living richer. What's your true hourly wage? What steps will you take to reclaim your time and money? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And if this video resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more insights on building a life of financial freedom. Thank you for watching.